When did angels receive their names? We know Michael. We know Gabriel. Some have heard of Uriel or Raphael. But have you ever wondered, why do some angels have names, while others do not? The Bible says there are thousands upon thousands, and 10,000 times 10,000 angels, Daniel 7:10. Yet only 3 are named Michael, Gabriel, and Lucifer in prophecy about the king of Babylon. Why? In Jewish tradition, a name is not given to all. It is a sign of a special mission. Michael means who is like God, the warrior, protector of Israel. Gabriel means strength of God, the messenger of great revelations. But there's a hint of another. In the Book of Enoch, an ancient text quoted by Jude, it speaks of 70 angels standing before God. 70. Not 7. Not 12, 70. And one of them is never named, not in the Bible, not in Apocrypha, not in prayer. He is the nameless angel. But what if he is the most important of all? In 1 Enoch, chapter 20 lists 7 archangels: Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Sariel, Jeremiel, and Ramiel. But in chapter 40, it speaks of 70 angels who stand before the throne, watching over time, stars, souls, and destinies. This is no random number. 70 is sacred to 70 nations in Genesis, 70 elders with Moses, 70 years of exile, 70 disciples sent by Jesus. 70 is a universal number. And here minus 70 angels, each overseeing a people, a fate, a stream of time. But there's a mystery. The first 69 are referenced in various sources, even if not by name. But the 70th is not. No mention. No clue. As if his name was deliberately erased. Or, as if he must not be named. Why? What makes him different? What if he is not just an observer, but the guardian of a secret too great to speak? In Revelation 8, it says, when the Lamb opened the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. Why silence? Not fear. Not worship. Silence as the highest sign of mystery. In Judaism, there are words too sacred to speak, even in heaven. There are truths that shatter the mind if spoken aloud. And there are angels whose mission is not to speak, but to witness. Not to proclaim, but to guard. The 70th angel may be one of them. He is a name because his voice is not for creation, but for protection. In the book of Haggai, God says, I am a seal upon your heart. A seal is not for display. It is for protection. For concealment. What if the 70th angel is the seal on the greatest mystery? A mystery tied to the end of time, to the true name of God, to the soul after death. He does not speak, but he records. He does not interfere, but he is present, even in your darkest thoughts. In the Talmud Haggadah 15a, it tells of for who entered Pards, a divine orchard of knowledge. One died, one went mad. One became a heretic. Only Rabbi Akiva entered and left in peace. What did they see? Not just God. The name that cannot be spoken. Even angels cannot pronounce it. They sing holy, holy, holy not out of fear, but because they do not know the full name. Now imagine, if there is a name that angels cannot speak, could there be an angel who cannot be named? One who exists beyond speech. In Isaiah's prophecy, go and tell this people, be ever hearing, but never understanding. God sends a prophet not to reveal, but to conceal. What if the 70th angel is a messenger of the same kind? Not for revelation, but for concealment. To protect humanity from knowledge that would destroy faith, mind, and soul. His silence not weakness, but mercy. Revelation 9:1-2 says, I saw an angel coming down from heaven, holding the key to the bottomless pit. He opens the abyss and locust demons emerge. But who is he? Not said. Not Michael. Not Gabriel. Just an angel with the key. Interestingly, he has a key, but it is not said who gave it to him. Is he the 70th? The one who stands at the border between light and darkness, between revelation and mystery, between life and judgment. He is not evil, but he unlocks evil when the time comes. like a prophet sent to declare disaster, like a judge who must deliver the sentence. His mission is not to save, but to fulfill. In Jewish mysticism, there is an angel called Messiah ben Joseph, the suffering Messiah who will die in battle with God. He is rarely mentioned. His name is almost never spoken. What if the 70th angel is his heavenly counterpart, the one who prepares the way with a message no one wants to hear? In Daniel, the angel Gabriel says, "I came to make you understand, but the prince of Persia withstood me." He speaks of spiritual war where angels fight for the hearts of nations. Gabriel was delayed, but he returned. What if there are angels who leave and do not return? Because their mission is to step beyond time. Into Enoch's Slavonic Enoch, it says, "I was taken to the seventh heaven, and there I saw an angel who had no face." Not blind, but without a face. Because his form is not for eyes. His essence, not for words. He is like a hole in reality, through which one sees what must not be seen. The 70th angel might be such a being. Not a creature, but a place where worlds intersect. Where past, present, and future are one. Where a name is not needed, because he is the presence itself. In Kabbalah, there is Sitra Ara, on the other side, the force of destruction. But even there is a rule: do not name evil, you give it power. That's why Satan in the Bible is not a name, but a title, the accuser. Likewise, perhaps the 70th angel is a name to preserve balance. Because once you speak a name, you gain power over that being. Ancient magicians believed, knowing a spirit's name allows you to summon it. God knows every name, but he does not always reveal it. The 70th angel may be sealed, like the seventh seal in Revelation, to be opened when the time comes. Until then, he must remain a shadow. Not from fear, but from respect for mystery, for freedom, for the boundary man must not cross. Because some truths are not for possession, but for all reverence and silence. Do you think angels are winged figures from paintings? No. In the Bible, they often come as a traveler, a stranger, a wanderer. Abraham welcomed 3 angels and did not know. Lot welcomed it and was saved. Jesus said, "Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by so doing some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it." Hebrews 13:2. What if the 70th angel has already walked among us? Not in a temple, not in a desert, but in a hospital, in a prison, on the street, in the heart of someone who suddenly said, I don't know where this came from, but I had to tell you." Perhaps he is the one who plants a thought you can't forget. The one who leaves a mark, but no name. The one who appears in dreams, but never speaks. He is not in heaven. He is in the silence between words, in the pause before a decision, in the look of someone who suddenly realizes, I am not alone. If the 70th angel exists, then it means not everything must be explained. Not every mystery for revelation. Not every voice for speech. God did not only give us laws. He gave us boundaries. Boundaries of knowledge, of speech, of presence. The 70th angel is not proof of weakness. It is proof of greatness. That even in the world of angels, there is what must remain hidden. And in that lies holiness. Not in what we know, but in what we remain silent about, because silence before mystery is true faith, not blind, but reverent, ready to listen, but not demand, to walk, but not pry, to believe, but not name. Have you ever felt a thought that wasn't yours? A word rising on your tongue, and you don't know where it came from? A decision arriving in silence, without logic. Maybe it was him. Not a voice. Not a vision. Just presence. The 70th angel does not speak, but he reminds that you are not alone, that your pain is seen, that your path is part of something greater. He does not save. He witnesses before God about you, without name, without glory, without songs. Simply, He is. And if you've ever felt that someone is watching, but not judging, that someone is listening, but not condemning, then know you've already met the 70th. The one who is never named, but who may have never left your side. Subscribe. Because between the lines, there are still more secrets.